40 billion. So yes, 40 billion US taxpayer dollars are going to bail out Argentina.
For context, JD Vance is co-owner of this company right here. This is Acre Trader. It's a company that allows people, foreign investors, billionaires, to buy up, you ready for it? Farmland.
America first, America first.
We aren't giving them $20 billion. We are swapping currency.
Hey, do you remember when 2 weeks ago I told you that the United States was bailing out Argentina to the tune of $20 billion? I'll show you. The headline said something like, leaked text messages on Scott Bessent's phone suggest the White House got played bailing out Argentina, and U.S. soybean farmers are the casualties. What I thought was very staged text messages just so that they could deflect the attention for the time being, and I was right. The very staged text messages said, finally, just a heads up, I'm getting more intel, but this is highly unfortunate. We bailed out Argentina yesterday, and in return, the Argentines are removing their export tariffs on grains, reducing their price, something soybeans to China. Long story short, they're acting in the text message as if they got had. And it's really an unfortunate side effect that after they bailed out Argentina, they then made a deal with the Chinese for their soybeans, when Argentina is like the number one competitor to the American farmers. Okay? They made it look like an accident. Guess what? 2 weeks later, Bessent says that U.S. considers doubling aid to Argentina.
Hey everyone, well I am here with Angie Craig, who is the ranking member, meaning the highest ranking Democrat of the Agriculture Committee, and she just shared some breaking news with the caucus. So ranking member Craig, what is going on?
Well, it looks like the Trump administration has upped its taxpayer bailout of Argentina to $40 billion.
America first, America first.
In taxpayer money. And the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, says we're working on a $20 billion facility that will complement our swap line with private banks and sovereign funds that I believe will be more focused on the debt market. Well, Trump says we're helping a great philosophy take over a great country. We want him to succeed. This referring to Javier Milei, who's the current president, and he is running to be reelected. Those 40 billions are contingent to Javier Milei being reelected as a president. Otherwise, Trump said that if he loses, we're not going to be generous with Argentina. Now, critics are calling this very un-American mentality because they're using taxpayer dollars to support Argentina instead of military forces. And let's just remember that bailout in between the US and Argentina started very quickly affecting the soy farmers here in the US.
So for a little bit of context, JD Vance is co-owner of this company right here. This is Acre Trader. It's a company that allows people, foreign investors, billionaires, to buy up, you ready for it? Farmland. So they are squeezing out the farmers after Trump came. I love you, Lee. Have you seen how many videos of farmers coming up saying Trump said he loved us? Like, they actually believed that this man had some. But anyways, so now Trump has fucked the farmers, and JD Vance co-owns a company that allows foreign investors to buy up US farms. So when the farmers are now fucked, their crops, no one's buying, they've gone into bankruptcy, in comes JD Vance and his buddies. And they still will not blame Trump and JD Vance. Anyways, this is a perfect time to use this app to start buying up chunks of land from those fucking MAGAs who were too stupid. Americans who would say, there's so many ways. Those of you that were thinking, hey, but don't put money in JD Vance's pocket by using this app or this website. Go find land they're going into remittance. They're going into bankruptcy. They're losing their land. Buy it up and start farm. See, anyone who starts in this environment is set because you didn't depend on the previous system.
Even MAGA. This is not America first. You have been swindled. You have been lied to.
Because as soon as the US agreed on that initial $20 billion, Argentina dropped their exportation tax fees on soy, and China started buying from Argentina instead of the US.
I'm really upset about this money going to Argentina, and I heard that they just increased it from 20 billion to 40 billion. SNAP benefits may not be going out next month, but my question is, who's going to bail us out?
People are not working. People are not getting their services. The American people are suffering right now, but he's willing to do that for other people. Project 2025 is in full effect, right? Right? And for those people that voted for him, and now you're bitching and crying, we told you so.
For the love of fucking God, stop what you're doing and listen to this. Yeah, I'm one of those content creators now. If you're already thinking no because you're cussing, get over it. 40 billion. So yes, 40 billion US taxpayer dollars are going to bail out Argentina because their president, today, when the mainstream media finally starts talking about this, it's old news because now it's 40 billion. 40 billion. The guy who likes to throw around the chainsaw and gave one to Elon, that worked out well for us, didn't it? Well, that guy who was elected in 2024 was also an economist, not a very good one, because he tanked their country. A totally manufactured economic crisis, kind of like the one we're in now. And Trump's treasury guy has a counterpart in the All Things Billionaire Economic Club who is about to lose a shit ton of money. See, they thought if they infused $20 billion into the economy by buying their pesos, things would just snap back. Well, they didn't. The markets didn't react the way they wanted them to. So Trump's like, let's just double down with our money. You know what we get out of it? Nothing. Nothing. But that guy is friends with Elon. They both have chainsaws. They use Elon's Starlink. Elon bought Trump an election. Elon connected to Trump. Bassett connected to the billionaire. This isn't even like an exciting conspiracy theory that you have to spend 10 minutes digging on. This is just an infuriating one. That would have been really impactful if I could pronounce that damn word.
That's nice. Now, here's another point, too. $40 billion. You know how much money they saved by shutting down AID, our foreign aid program that ended up killing lots of children in Africa? $14 to $16 billion they saved. We just pissed it away. $40 billion they gave to Argentina. These guys don't care about money. They are so fiscally reckless. They shut down these programs because they wanted to hurt people. They shut down these programs because they thought it was Democrats, like only Democrats care about helping people. That's why they cut money from Medicaid. That's why they cut money from the ACA. They're not letting us renew the subsidies for your health insurance. The prices are going to double because of Republicans. And now we've got this.
They're doing it. They're just making it contingent upon Milei winning this election. It's a bribe to the Argentinian people to keep an ally of President Donald Trump in power. They are conditioning the additional $20 billion, $40 billion of our money. They are using their time and their resources to find $40 billion for Argentina. The first $20 billion was unconditional. But now that we've shown you that we're going to pay, the second $20 billion is conditioned upon Milei winning. Because if he loses, we're not going to be generous with Argentina. What? Former president of Argentina, who was under house arrest after a corruption conviction, wrote on social media, Trump to Milei in the United States, our agreements depends on who wins the election. Argentines, you already know what to do. This is the ex-president of Argentina, who was on house arrest for corruption, is telling the Argentinian people that they better vote for Milei. All of their lives and livelihoods and the economy of their country depends on it. Tell me how this is okay. The first 20 billion they told you was an accident. We wouldn't have done it if we knew they were going to stab us in the back. We didn't know. We didn't know that they were going to make a deal with China and the very next day have 8 freighters out with soybeans to China. I want to know why the White House is meeting with Milei because they want to help our neighbors with the aid package, which, by the way, again, the money would be pulled if Milei's party did not prevail. I want to know why we're so concerned about helping our neighbors. Why the fuck? Do you know what $40 billion could do? Do you know what $40 billion could do for us? Is our economy thriving? Are our people thriving? But they don't want to invest in us. They don't want to invest in you. They don't want to make life a little bit easier for you. They don't even want to invest in infrastructure for you. We don't even have high-speed rail. They won't even invest in something that it could just be like, something that everyone can take advantage of. If you have a problem with helping the homeless and helping veterans for some fucking reason, feeding children at school, how about just investing in our infrastructure? Making I saw a thing not long ago how the New York City subways, for example, look no different than they looked in the 70s. That was 55 years ago. If you go to China, for example, their subways look like they're out of the fucking space age. We don't have anything nice. You might think it's fine, but we don't have anything nice. They are giving you the minimum so that it doesn't look like a third world country everywhere you go. $40 billion? They could build 200,000 homes for people. Give them to the veterans. I don't care. If you're spending it anyway, do just about anything with it. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. It's so easy to think of a million fucking things that we could do with $40 billion for our people. Why the fuck are we investing in Argentina? Why the fuck are we I mentioned in the last video that the reason that we're investing in Argentina is because of the bonds, the foreign bonds that hedge funds invested in. Scott Bessent is a hedge fund manager by trade. I don't know why Donald Trump gives a shit about Milei retaining power. He drove their economy into the ground. This is a manufactured crash of their economy. This is not the best person for the job. Why are we bailing him out? Imagine if you started a business and you crashed it. You wouldn't get a bailout. Just like the banks got bailouts in 2008, you wouldn't get a bailout. Why the fuck is an entire country getting bailed out by the United States when the United States is falling? It's falling if it hasn't already fallen. Some might say it's fallen. You fucked the farmers. You fucked your base. They got upset about it and you told them it was an accident. You're just so dumb. And now what? You're now saying you're going to raise another $20 billion. Is that an accident too, Scott Bessent? What the fuck is this? Excuse my language. But I've had just about enough. $40 billion is not $40 million. I don't think you are conceptualizing how different that is. I've made videos on this before, but let's compare the 40 million to 40 billion when we're talking about time. 1 million seconds is 11 days. 1 billion seconds is 31 years. 11 days, 31 years. 11 days. Let's do 40 million and 40 billion. 40 million seconds is 463 days, 1.27 years. 40 billion seconds is 1,268 years. Years. A year and a quarter versus 1,268 years. Now imagine that in money. That's how much of your money they're sending. And I'm just comparing millions to billions. Perhaps you also can't conceptualize a million. So let's compare 40,000. You can conceptualize 40,000. What a lot of people in this country make in a year, okay? To $40 billion. 11 hours versus 1,268 years. 11 hours versus 1,268 years. If you stacked 40,000 $1 bills, it would barely reach your knee. If you stacked 40 billion $1 bills, it would stretch 2,700 miles, Florida to California. Get it? Do you get it? And that's how much of your money they're sending to another fucking country. America first where? These con artists are robbing you blind. They're robbing all of us blind because they have you tricked into thinking that you're somehow superior to someone else. So they keep you fighting amongst each other while they are literally robbing you blind. They're using your money for bribes and to enrich themselves. Barron Trump has made $250 million since Election Day. How much do eggs cost? Wake up.
At a time when economic assistance is needed to American family farmers, this is one of the most egregious acts of this administration.
And the corruption abounds. In fact, what you just told me was that the President of the United States is going to send $40 billion of American taxpayer dollars to Argentina to bail them out of their own manufactured economic crisis because their own leader, who is a lot like Trump, frankly, and his buddy, basically bankrupted the country of Argentina. But this is the thing that gets me. He's up for re-election right now, and Donald Trump basically said this aid package is...
Well, this is actually a bribe for Donald Trump to try to get the Argentinian people to re-elect this dictator.
All my Democrat friends, calm down. We are not just giving Argentina $20 billion in cold hard cash. I've had so many people ask me how I feel about Donald Trump just giving Argentina $20 billion. How is that America first? We aren't giving them $20 billion. We are swapping currency. The U.S. will be repaid and receives a commitment from the government of President Javier Milei to align the U.S. interests and reduce Chinese influence. The $20 billion is a currency swap line with Argentina's central bank, not a direct cash grant. It is intended to stabilize Argentina's financial markets and bolster its struggling currency. I hope this helps you guys out. The more you know. Y'all have a good afternoon. God bless you.
You know what, Jenny? I admire you. You twist yourself backwards defending this guy. Swapping the dollar for pesos. That's charity. You want to know why? The peso has lost 99% of its value the last 10 years. So it's not a swap. It's a bailout.
It's pretty clear that the aid to Argentina is to sway the election result. But my question is, in the United States, people hate other foreign countries meddle your election. Whether it's from Russian or from China, the meddling is evil. Democrat hates it. Republican hates it. Everyone hates it. But why it's okay for you to do other country? That's my question. How is it an evil act if a foreign country try to meddle U.S. politics. And you just go ahead, do the same thing to other countries. What's Jesus teaching? Do to others what you would others do to you. Does that mean anything?